The first one, what is success? For me as a CEO of Silverado, the success for me is changing lives, and changing lives for the better. So that means taking residents in who can't walk, can't talk, can't speak, and are thought not to ever be able to do that, and providing them with an environment that motivates them, that inspires them, and provides them with staff that don't say no, to give them an opportunity to actually be the best they can be. And thousands of those people, over 5,000 have reambulated themselves, and over 3,500 have taught themselves to feed themselves again, not alone, with our help. And many other things happen. So the lives of those residents change, and the lives of the families change. It is just common that a family will say, "You've given me my life back," having my loved one at a Silverado community. I know that Patricia's communities do the same thing. So, but the experiences I have with our families will be, that they couldn't before take a trip. They couldn't go out of town because for fear their loved one would fall, and they would have to be there, or no one would be able to manage their medical complications or this or that. And now, they have for the first time been able to take a trip and go somewhere else. To change the lives for our associates. We get to change the lives of the people we work with. We will change their lives one way or the other because we're working with them. So to have associates move from a caregiver to become a CNA, to become an LVN, become a registered nurse, become a director of health services, managing one of our communities, and then moving to open a new one. I mean, we have hundreds and hundreds of associate stories like that, where people move forward, having the love greater than fear core operating philosophy penetrate their life, which is very powerful, and having a culinary director who is used to being places where it's pretty rough in the kitchen. Those cooking shows where they're throwing things and yelling, not so uncommon, and it's kind of real life in a lot of kitchens, and that's where a lot of people come from. And her learning that that's not okay at Silverado. We could have just fired her, moved on, but we taught her that's not okay. The administrator took a lot of patience with her and taught her the love side, and that is consideration for others. That is the courage to say to people what you need to say instead of getting so mad and then blowing up at them after you're frustrated. All of that. And then, her taking that philosophy to her own family, where she happens to be, a gay individual, and things didn't go so well with Dad at home, and he never talked to her hadn't talked for 10, 15 years. So for her to let it go, to go back to the family and not dwell in whose fault what was, but say, "I forgive you," and for them to restore their family relationship.